Have you ever dreamed of starting your own business? Well, Armenia might just be the perfect place to make that dream a reality. In this video, we'll show you step-by-step how to start a successful business in Armenia, from coming up with a business idea to registering your company. We'll also share tips and tricks from successful Armenian entrepreneurs and investors, giving you an inside look into what it takes to make it in the Armenian business world. So, whether you're a local or a foreigner, get ready to turn your business dreams into reality in the beautiful country of Armenia. I'm thrilled to hear that you're considering starting a business abroad. It's an exciting opportunity to expand your horizons and grow both personally and professionally. As someone who has started a business overseas, I know firsthand how challenging it can be. But with hard work, determination, and a willingness to learn, you can succeed in this new venture. My first piece of advice is to thoroughly research the country and the local market you're interested in entering. This means not only learning about the cultural differences and business practices, but also understanding the legal requirements and regulations. Take the time to consult with local experts, such as lawyers and accountants, to ensure you have a solid understanding of the legal and financial landscape. Another essential aspect is building a strong network of support. This includes local business partners, suppliers, and customers, as well as a community of fellow entrepreneurs who can provide guidance and support. Attending local business events and joining professional associations can be great ways to build these relationships. Finally, don't be afraid to take calculated risks. Starting a business abroad involves stepping out of your comfort zone, but that's where growth and opportunity lie. Be willing to take calculated risks and make bold moves, but also be sure to have a solid plan in place and carefully weigh the potential risks and rewards. In my own experience, starting a business abroad was a challenging yet incredibly rewarding journey. It forced me to grow as a person and a business owner, and I learned to embrace the uncertainty and take calculated risks. With hard work, determination, and a willingness to learn, I was able to build a successful business that continues to thrive. In conclusion, starting a business abroad can be an incredibly rewarding experience, but it's essential to thoroughly research the market, build a strong support network, and be willing to take calculated risks. Starting a business in a foreign land poses a specific set of difficulties that are specific to that country, encompassing a range of factors like adapting to cultural disparities, meeting regulatory requirements, and managing other related intricacies. In the current economic climate, it has become increasingly necessary for companies to establish an international presence in the market by launching their businesses in foreign countries. This can be driven by various reasons, such as accessing a promising local market, tapping into a skilled workforce, or optimizing import-export activities by setting up a physical presence in the target location. However, regardless of the driving force behind this expansion, it is important to keep certain factors in mind when opening a business in a foreign country. To provide practical guidance, we have compiled insights from employers who have undergone similar experiences and synthesized their learnings into some key takeaways. Know the cultural norms. This may be obvious, but it bears repeating. Doing things the way you do things in your own country won't always mesh well with the cultural norms in your new office. People work together differently. Charlie Marchant, a general manager at Exposure Ninja, a UK-based digital marketing agency, talked about her experiences working with employees based in Asia. As she says, those employees tend to avoid asking questions to managers and are more indirect in sharing their feedback and concerns. In comparison, Charlie says, our British and European teams are much more likely, and this is a behavior we encourage, to question and give feedback to the management team. To a lesser extent, she pointed out cultural differences in the way American and British colleagues work together. Often in American culture and schools, you're rewarded for speaking up and sharing your opinions and ideas, even if you may not necessarily have new insights to add. Whereas in British culture, we tend to be more introverted and quieter with our opinions in group settings, preferring to share feedback more openly in smaller groups or one-on-one. Charlie noted that none of these are right or wrong, or better or worse. It's more important, she adds, to understand the nuances of their team members' communication and ways of working to ensure they're getting the feedback and input they need from them, and that they feel confident and comfortable giving it. Yuval Shalev, currently co-founder and CRO of Hunters, has an extensive track record in penetrating new markets and territories across Europe, the Middle East, and Africa in previous capacities. One such instance called for expansion to Romania, where Yuval noted the stark differences in managerial culture, which led to issues between teams, listing examples such as micromanagement and favoritism. While those aren't necessarily indicative of Romanian culture, Yuval's challenge was to remedy that without looking like his company was trying to fix the culture. His solution in the end was to standardize operating procedures across cultures, but more so, train staff to communicate performance feedback differently. Romanian culture is proud and steeped in tradition, so any issues had to be addressed carefully and diplomatically. We shifted to a constructive criticism format to foster a positive, productive workspace. Local values differ a little or a lot. Polly Kay, currently a marketing manager at UK-based blinds manufacturer English Blinds, made what she called some major errors in establishing a previous company's presence in the Middle East. My greatest personal mistake involved picking one of our most popular product lines in the US to offer to our Dubai audience, a branded product featuring a cartoon pig. I knew that the largely Muslim Dubai community didn't eat pork, obviously, but it never occurred to me that this would also translate as not wanting to have anything to do with pigs in general, including children's toys. I was then left with 2 shipping containers worth of stock that was worthless within the target market, and that I had to offload across more appropriate areas of the company serving other markets. Christina McDougall, who works at Artemis Canada Inc. in recruiting for American startups expanding to Canada, is quick to remind readers of the nuanced differences between the two countries beyond their obvious similarities in culture and language. In Canada, Christina says, there is a sense of collaboration and mutual success that can be a surprise for tech companies based in Silicon Valley. She adds, Canadian tech companies typically help each other, working together to compete with global companies. This also impacts recruitment, making it a delicate business, Christina says. One of the things that foreign-owned companies are surprised with is the need to be an active part of this community, giving back through participation in local philanthropy and arts and culture, and also lifting up the local startup and tech community with education-oriented events and mentoring will help these companies to be embraced. Christina also warns of aggressive recruitment, which may rub Canadians the wrong way. Companies need to consider how they are developing the local skill base and also avoid overtly predatory practices, targeting entire dev teams or blatantly offering inflated salaries that would upset the local ecosystem would make you appear a parasite. However large or small the cultural differences are, do your homework and learn about what works and what doesn't work in the new environment you're about to operate in. It's no accident that locals appreciate it when you make the effort to work with them in their language, be that in words, gestures, culture, gesticulations, feedback, commentary, conflict, or anything else. Employee motivations count no matter what. One thing remains consistent. People are people everywhere. They're motivated by many of the same things regardless of background, culture, language, etc. This includes benefits, perks, and other potential motivators in the workplace. Yuval noted that stock options and tools for career development are effective. Good employees are interested in growing, so I encourage them to move between departments. We adjusted salaries to the highest tier of the local market rate and made an effort to understand cultural norms. If a post-lunch nap is common for the culture, embrace it. Set parameters, of course, but something about it must be working. Ted Rollins, founding partner and chairman of Vallejo Group, which develops and builds student and senior housing communities in the U.S. and Europe, attested to growth opportunity as a universal motivator while adhering to your core company values. Adapt to and blend in the various cultural values and norms, but do not stray from your core. Let the energy and passion lead the process and keep people at the center of what you do, and the international distinctions become less challenging. When faced with a need or a problem, people often come up with new and innovative solutions or ideas in order to meet the challenge. The introduction of technology in our work has allowed us to work on a global scale as organizations, and as companies expand globally, there is a further advancement in technology. As an example, Slack is a platform that enables remote employees to have faster and more efficient communication. Similarly, Google Hangouts and Microsoft's Zoom provide the ability for colleagues to have face-to-face interaction and to make presentations across different offices. The international presence of Workable has allowed for a flourishing international hiring strategy. David from Full Stack Labs acknowledges the effectiveness of Workable's recruitment solution by saying, "One of the things that's really nice about Workable is we manage all of our Colombia job postings in the same way we do in the United States. So we go in and we create a new job. We publish it to Indeed and to LinkedIn." David goes on to explain that they receive many applicants from Colombia through LinkedIn and Indeed, and they put these applicants through the same candidate pipeline and hiring process as applicants from the United States. He further states that it was a pleasant surprise to find that Workable works effectively in Colombia when they expanded there. They have also used Workable's sourcing tool to find candidates in Colombia and contact them, and they have found that there is a surprisingly good database of candidates available in the Workable sourcing tool in Colombia. Establishing a company, especially in a foreign country, can be a challenging endeavor. If you're considering starting a business in a foreign country, watch this video, as we will provide you with the top 10 steps to take. 1. Localize your concept, outlook, and goals. It is essential for every business to integrate with the local community culture. To accomplish this, you may seek the help of a mentor or acquaintance within the community who can guide you in understanding their practices and inclinations. 2. Learn the language. Even though it might seem obvious, acquiring a new language can sometimes feel as challenging as launching a business. However, having even basic language proficiency is better than having none at all. You can enhance your language abilities outside of formal classes by utilizing various apps or by engaging in conversations with other individuals. 3. Analyze the market, both past and present perspective. All entrepreneurs understand the importance of analyzing the competition before entering a new market. However, this isn't the only step you should take. You should also investigate 5 companies that failed in their attempts to penetrate that market. It's critical to learn from others' mistakes, as people are likely to repeat them if they don't take advantage of past failures. 4. Create a new network. If you decide to move to a foreign country, your previous network will be less beneficial, and you'll have to establish a new local one. However, you can take advantage of the fact that it's easier to meet new people in a closely knit community where there aren't many expats. 5. Recognize the environment. Although some experts, such as Darren Kaiser, argue that launching a business abroad might be easier, less risky, and more profitable than establishing one in your home country, it's still better to prepare for potential issues rather than assuming everything will go smoothly. 6. Determine and calculate expectations. Begin your work by identifying analogies to the markets you currently serve in the United States or other countries. Look for places where you can provide your products or services without having to make significant modifications to comply with local regulations or laws. 7. Establish a budget. Although there are several reasons why businesses may fail, a common cause is a lack of initial funding, which often occurs when the founders make overly optimistic revenue and profit projections. Establishing a new business can be challenging even under the best circumstances, and it becomes even more difficult when operating in a distant location with an unpredictable market environment. 8. Look for a local agent. Having a local representative, such as an attorney or accountant with expertise in international humanitarian law, can be extremely beneficial when establishing a physical presence in a foreign country. This is because you don't want your products to be seized or your business to be closed down due to miscommunication or communication errors with local government officials. 9. Learn about the international money transfer. Conduct research on various options for sending money overseas. Relying on your banks to transfer and receive funds internationally is not always the best option unless you require a specific service. Often you'll be charged exorbitant fees, and the funds may take several days to transfer and appear in your account. 10. Address logistics problems before opening your store. Many countries lack the infrastructure present in developed nations, which can lead to the presence of laws, taxes, fees, and trade tariffs that hinder the free flow of goods within and beyond the country, even in the absence of physical barriers to their movement. By following these steps, you can establish a store overseas, so consider every option and establish the shop. As a business owner, you may experience limitations within your own country, whether it's because of cultural factors, market saturation, or lack of demand for your product or idea. Moving to a distant location allows you to share your entrepreneurial skills and leadership with a new community, providing a unique opportunity. How can you gain an advantage in a foreign country? It's all about your mindset. Immersing yourself in a different culture and lifestyle presents a unique opportunity. The locals may have a different perspective and not recognize the problem that needs to be solved. As an outsider, you have the potential to see new solutions and approaches that would otherwise remain undiscovered. By relocating, you embark on a new adventure that expands your horizons to fresh markets and offers a chance to excel as a leader in your area of expertise. You are more likely to succeed if you have an adventurous spirit and are willing to heed our guidance. Plan ahead and be ready if things don't go according to plan. The military adage that no plan survives contact with the enemy also applies to the business world. Despite having a meticulously crafted plan for months or even years in advance, the reality of operating in a foreign country can often disrupt even the most well-thought-out plans. It's essential to anticipate potential challenges and prepare for the worst-case scenario. Unfortunately, many individuals fail to do this and encounter significant difficulties when things don't go according to plan. 2. Have patience. In our home country, we are familiar with the language, culture, and peculiarities of the society. However, when operating in a foreign country, we may not have knowledge of any of these factors. The culture, language, and societal norms could be vastly different from what we're accustomed to, and we might also be unfamiliar with how bureaucracy functions in this new environment, resulting in frustrating situations. The key to overcoming these challenges is to be patient, particularly in the early stages of your journey, as it can go a long way in helping you adapt. 3. Be open-minded. Entrepreneurs are typically dynamic and imaginative individuals, which is highly beneficial. Being receptive to new knowledge and experiences enables you to adopt a positive and proactive mindset, particularly when you're operating in a foreign country. There is a wealth of information to gain when you venture overseas, and having an open mind is a valuable asset in this regard. 4. Surround yourself with a great team. It's crucial to form a team of competent local experts who have a better understanding of the local mindset than you do. I realized this early on. In business, success is not achieved by working solo, no matter how skilled you are. Collaborating with like-minded individuals who can support you in establishing and growing your business is critical. This is especially important when launching a business in a foreign country, where locals possess a deeper understanding of the country's culture and ideological leanings. They can provide valuable insights into what works and what doesn't work, making a local team an indispensable asset. 5. Respect the local mentality and culture and be humble. At times, we might think that we have a superior understanding than the locals, that we have everything under control. If this is our mindset, we are bound to face failure. Why? Simply because we cannot claim to know more than those who have spent their entire lives in that location. We may not immediately comprehend their mentality and cultural norms. Adopting an attitude of superiority will only lead to failure. Rather, we must exhibit humility and allow the new country to educate us on what we need to learn. Additionally, it's essential to learn the local language to the best of our ability. This will open up numerous opportunities. 6. Be an ambassador for your own country. Despite being in a foreign country, a part of your own country remains with you. Therefore, it's important to foster amicable relations between your home country and the country where you're establishing your business. Any efforts made in this regard can be beneficial for your ultimate success. 7. Believe in yourself and bring added value. Arguably, the most crucial advice for the success of a business is to have unwavering faith in it. It's imperative to believe that what you're building has significance and contributes to the betterment of the community. Creating a successful business, whether it's in your own country or abroad, largely depends on the value it brings to the community and its profitability. However, profitability doesn't just happen overnight. It requires good business skills, some luck, and a lot of planning. All of these factors need to work together seamlessly, like the components of a well-oiled machine. To succeed in building a sustainable business in a foreign country, you need to start with a well-crafted plan. If you execute it step by step in the right order, your chances of success increase. Your meticulous planning, determination, belief in your vision, and hard work can act as the foundation for your business to flourish. Congratulations on taking the brave step of starting a business abroad. I wish you the best of luck and success as you navigate new markets, cultures, and challenges.